Good evening, lovely tubers. My name is the White Mexican, and welcome to Market Watch Investments. I have a plethora of cards that I'll be showcasing for you guys tonight, and I do hope that you will enjoy. Today, I'm going to be continuing on reviewing some potential choices for Splight. It's a new deck coming out of Power of the Elements, which I'm very excited for, and we're just going to go ahead and get right into this for you guys. So, the first card that I'm going to be showcasing for you guys is going to be Battery Man Solar. So, this is the highest rarity. OTS 10 was the set that is donning out as a super rare here. And it's basically like a Foolish Burial, so it's essentially like an extra Foolish Burial at this point. If it's normal summon or special summon, you can basically Foolish a Thunder. All of the original Splight cards, decor are Thunders, so it's basically just like an additional Foolish for you guys here. So this is very low sales here, but everyone has to start somewhere. A playset of near mint for a bone apiece, which is actually really nice. Pretty much factoring about roughly a bone plus 2 bones across the board here on the TCGP platform. And if we switch over to bulk prices, there's some other stacks here going up to about 3 bones for a fat stack of 10, and continues to trickle up to about 4 after that, 2 pages of availability. There is of other variants. It was just a common out of Flood, so ideally the super rare is going to be the name of the game. Okay, next is going to be Watt Fox. So this is a level 2, so it works potentially with the Splight engine. It's a Fox, and what more could you want? It also is a Thunder, and it also is a Tuner, which is very, very nice. I don't really know much of any kind of synchro plays that this deck has cooked up yet, but it's a viable option in the future if you guys so choose. The effect here is it's pretty difficult to pull off. Your opponent has to ram into it, or essentially just destroy it. So it's more than likely to get this effect off, to proc this effect. It's going to be on your opponent's turn, so it'll stop them in their tracks, but they'll still have like their main phase 1 and their standby phase and draw phase and all that. So really powerful effect though. Pretty much locks down everything until the end of that turn, but not very long lasting and kind of limited in its potential, but very diverse range, which is pretty cool. This is a solo print common donning out of the Shining Darkness. And this card is, being that it's just common, we're going to go ahead and look at first edition bulk pricing stacks. There's a stack of 6 here for about a bone for near mint first edition, and then a stack here. These are Spanish, and then kind of just trickle up after that. But plenty of availability, 2 pages, and that is going to be Watt Fox. Next is going to be Recycling Batteries. So this is specifically the Shatter Foil. It's kind of like this makeshift augmented version, somewhat kind of like DT, somewhat kind of not, but I mean pretty much DT. But obviously it was released from Battle Pack 3 Monster League significantly later after DT was discontinued. And this is basically just like a salvage except for water monsters. And for the most part, I'm pretty sure almost all of the Splight cards have 1500 or less attack. I'm pretty sure there might be one that doesn't, but I'm pretty sure that you can pretty much target. It was maybe one of the extra deck monsters, one of the Exceeds or the Lynx, but all the core monsters, you should be good to go with this if I'm remembering correctly. So really, really great card. I don't think you necessarily need more than one. I'm playtesting 1 right now, and we'll kind of see how that goes, but I don't think you need multiple copies of this. These are going for 10 bones pretty much all across the board. There isn't that many available here. They are pretty much 10 bones all across the market, and then there's a stack of 3 and 5 here for bulk pricings. Again, this is specifically for the Shatter Foil. There are other variants that are just commons, and we'll take a look at those really quick. So Astral Pack 2, about a bone, Monster League normal, non-Shatter Foil, just common, and then the original Duelist Genesis. So if you're going to go for the commons, if you don't, and I don't blame you, I wouldn't want to pay 10 bones for the Shatter Foil either. Just go for the original prints out of the very infamous legendary Duelist Genesis. This is the set that donned Stardust Dragon, so one of the most infamous synchro cards of all time. And there's a fat stack of 186 here for a half bone for Near Mint First Edition, and roughly around the same price for these other bulk prices. So that is a healthy alternative. And then there's the Frame Gear package. So if you guys want to play this, I don't know how consistent this is going to be, specifically because of the stipulation. You can't control monsters to proc these effects, which I think is a severe limiting factor. This is pretty much only going to be good going second to negate some effects from your opponent going second. But you have Gamma here, and then you have Delta, for which negates magics, and then you have Epsilon, which negates trap cards, and then of course Gamma negates monster effects. So you got the monster magic trap package here. They it looks like this. Are they all tuners? Well, they all are tuners, which is nice that they're all tuners. So that's a viable option if you so choose. One thing that is cool though about this is Lambda. So Lambda procs the effect, kind of lifts that veil. You can control monsters to get the negation effects, which I think is a well needed, very much well needed. With these having this limitation, it's pretty severe in my opinion. So you're definitely gonna need that. So if you play this package, the Frame Gear package, obviously you're gonna run a copy of Lambda. But again, it takes a lot of space because you're gonna have to run pretty much all these. I mean, no one really runs Epsilon, maybe Delta, but more specifically, just like Gamma is the most powerful and popular one. So it does take a lot of space. Personally, I don't think I'm going to run these, but they're options. I mean, they're tuners, they're level 2s. They got some negate power, pretty diverse in their range. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look. I'm gonna be looking at the Extreme Force Special Edition Super Rares. There's several different variants of this. Personally, I just, I love my hand traps and super rares, and this is the only super rare variant that we have of this. Highest rarity is a disgusting ultra rare, and it's very expensive, so I'm going to be showcasing the super rare today for you guys. And this is going to be some European Italiano ones if you guys want. There's a fat stack of 53 for about 7 bones, and then English copies, they're about 7 for 3 plus this 99-cent shipping, and then it kind of just trickles up after that. 3 pages of availability, and then Delta is a solo print. Rare, I believe. Yes, it's a rare out of High Speed Raiders. So this is going for about 3 bones. There's a stack of 7 here for about 330, and there's about 5 pages availability on that. And then for Epsilon, this is just a common solo print as well. High Speed Riders, and this is going for about a quarter bone, 0.25 bone. There is a stack here of 4 Near Mint First Edition from the infamous, legendary, amazing core TCG. Really like this seller a lot. And plenty of pages availability if you so choose. Then of course you have Frame Driver. This is the ultra rare donning out of Battles of Legends Relentless Revenge. This is, I believe, the only hollow foil that we have. I'll get into the other versions shortly here, but I guess from what we have, I think this is the best that we have, even though it is unfortunately an ultra rare. I think it's kind of the best what we have here in the TCG. There's a stack of 14 here near at first edition for 2 bones, and there's about 4 pages of availability. Really quick, let's check the other versions. So a rare, a rare, a rare. So 3 different rares, interesting enough. This terrible gold rare. And so yeah, I would say for the price, the ultra rare is definitely kind of your best bang for your buck. Lambda is going to be next. So this is I think this is the original print, if I'm not mistaken, as a very aesthetically pleasing secret rare for all those who love deep secret rare foils. Here you go. Really cool artwork. I love his like Sith yellow, like lime green eyes, and like all the lightning. Kind of almost reminds me of like Thunder King, having some like Thunder King Ryo vibes right now. Anti-meta in me is coming out. Anyway, this card is pretty cool. And starting market price for this is going to be around 4 bones for lightly played first edition, and about the same for near mint first edition. There's a stack of 3 right here for about 421. Plenty of pages availability. We'll switch over to check more bulk prices. It's pretty much going to be roughly around 5 to 6 bones across the board for the first edition bulk prices of this. Checking other variants, there was a terrible rare that peasants use and no one cares about. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Red Resonator. This is going to be the original print, I believe this was the original print, Dimensions of Guardians as a rare. So this is pretty cool. I like the flexibility. When it's normal summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower, so that gives you really good range. It doesn't have to specifically be just a level 2. It can be a 4, 3, 2, or 1. Of course, this is a tuner, and like pretty much all the Resonator cards, it's very much a tuner. I also like that it is also a fire, so some of, like pretty much half of your splites are fire attribute, and the other half are dark attribute, so it kind of like breaks your deck in half, like how it kind of blends that way in case you're using some kind of techie fire support card or whatever have you. And then of course there is this other effect that is not really a big deal. You can gain some life points, but the first effect here is going to be kind of the main reason right here that I think this is maybe a one of. I wouldn't see this being ran more than one of, but okay, so we're gonna go ahead and look up some prices. It's roughly around 1.5 for a stack of 3 near mint first edition, and that's pretty much 2 bones all across the board. After that, there's some European Italiano ones here, so a fat stack of 16 if you guys are into some Italiano prints for almost about, you know, phantom under 2 bones. And if we switch over to bulk prices, there is a stack of 3 for those for 2, and then the Italian ones, and then pretty much 2 bones all across the board. There's some hefty shipping on these bottom ones, so be aware of that. And other variants, so 2 commons, Soul Burner common, which is going anywhere between a bone to 2 bones, and the High Speed Raiders common, which is going anywhere between 2-ish bones as well. So next is going to be Knights and Sorcerer. So one, this is really amazing artwork. It's from Seesaw Crossroads Chaos, which is really great history merit. It was the set that Dawn Black Rose Dragon as Ultimate and Ghost. Really awesome. And this isn't once per turn, so you could potentially proc this effect multiple times depending on what you're doing in the game state. And it's any cards. It's not just magic cards, not just trap cards, not just monster cards. You can remove from play any 2 cards from your opponent's graveyard. I think that's a really, really strong effect. It's not once per turn. It does have to be special summon, so you're not going to get it off a normal summon, but in this game, in Age and Yu-Gi-Oh, you're pretty much always continuously special summoning, so not a big deal. It happens to also be a tuner, which is very, very nice for some diverse play if you want to do some synchro plays. And it is a dark as well, so majority of the Splight deck is dark as well, so it kind of blends in with that. And we're going to go ahead and look at some price points here. Roughly around 2 bones, 2 to 3-ish bones for lightly played first editions, and then near mints are going to go up to phantom under 5 bones. There's only 2 pages availability. Let's go ahead and check bulk prices. Apparently there is no bulk prices remaining for first edition near mint lightly played copies, according to these filters. There are more affordable alternatives. There is a mirrored super rare reprint out of Hidden Summoners, which is like, you know, 0.25 a bone, very, very affordable. I personally invested in the original prints just because even though I want to run this in Splight potentially, or maybe, you know, side tech it, I wanted to keep it for collectability purposes, and I just, you know, all around appreciate the original print. And then there's a common, which is, you know, from OTS Pack 3, which is, you know, another healthy alternative. Next is going to be Ret Time Reviver Emmet Tur. Very, very colorful name on this card. So this is going to be the reprint, I believe. I don't remember if Rise of the Duelist came before or after the common original print here, but this card pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. It does kind of have this limiting effect that you both of your opponent have to have face-up monster on the field. That's kind of the only limiting factor for this. I do like how you can special summon it from your hand or graveyard. That gives some good range. and it is also, of course, a tuner, which is cool for potential synchro plays if you're into that. And it is dark, so again, very much blends in with the dark and fire attributes of Splight. And of course, it's a level 2. Really like the artwork too. It almost kind of looks like a phantom fairy witch ghost. I don't know, I just really like the artwork. I don't know if this is like a broomstick. I'm not really sure what's going on. We got some like Harry Potter shenanigans going on over here, but I really do like the artwork a lot in this card. The best thing about this card is it's extremely affordable. Even bulk prices here, we got a fat stack of 284, and they're under 0.5 a bone, 40 cents a piece for near first editions. Plenty of pages availability, even for bulk prices. And the original print was a common from 20, so I guess the first rare was the original, and then the reprint, I'm assuming, was a common, so they downgraded it, which is kind of silly, but to each their own. Next is going to be Plate Spreader Zombie. This is the highest rarity as the ultimate rare, again, dawning out of the very infamous Seesaw Crossroads of Chaos. Now, this is more so for collectability purposes. There's plenty of other variants that you can run this card. So we'll go ahead and take a look at those shortly, but this is the highest rarity as the ultimate rare, and like the purple foiling just pops really well in this, and it just looks really great. And this is one of my all-time favorite tuners of all time. This is actually one of the very first tuners I ever invested in ever, like way back in like 2011-ish era. Okay, when I came back into the game. Let's see. So apparently for first edition copies, there is only 2 lightly played. This one is a European Deutsch German, and it looks quite lightly played. You can see that corner looks pretty banged up on the top left. And then it looks like it's 210 bones for an English copy here. So really limited on the first edition prints. Rightfully so. This card is insanely old, very highly collectible. And just out of curiosity, I'm gonna do something a little sacrilegious, and I'm gonna take off this this first edition stamp, and it looks like there's lightly played unlimited variants for about 50 bones for lightly played, and then if you want a near mint unlimited, they're gonna be about 60 plus after that. Just amazing, immaculate artwork, really awesome tuner. Of course, it's a level 2. It's a dark. And you could potentially use it twice at the cost of returning 1 card to the type of deck, which is a pretty hefty price, but all around awesome card. Really quickly, we're going to check out some healthier alternatives. So we have the Ultras, original Ultras from Seesaw. Let's see what some first editions are looking for, and these are going for pretty good money too. There's only a few, apparently only 3 copies of first edition. These are all near mint. I thought I marked lightly played as well. Apparently, for lightly played and near mint, there's only these 3 copies, and the starting market price is 28 bones after you factor in this 3-bone shipping. So, still very expensive for even the ultra rares. I honestly think out of everything, if you're not gonna drop obscene amount of bones for the ultimate rare, the Duelist Saga is probably going to be your best bet. There's the super rares from Dark Saviors. You have some commons here. This very awful, terrible, just disgrace of a printing gold, and this other gold. So ideally, I think, again, because the original even just the Ultra first editions from Seesaw are so incredibly expensive, I think Duelist Saga is really great. I love this set. This set is still to the day the only set to have this like lightsaber looking like wavy ultra rare holofoiling, which looks really good. Duelist Saga ultra rares are some of the very few types of ultra rares in the market that I actually genuinely do enjoy and don't like utterly despise. And apparently there's some Italian ones here for like around 4 plus, and then pretty much 4 across the market here. Let's check out bulk prices. Italians, and then it goes up to 20 bones for bulk prices for English copies. Near mint first edition is 20, so still pretty pricey on that one too. So completely up to you guys on that. Cap Shell is going to be next. So this is the original print as a secret rare. This card is, I know I recently picked up a couple copies. I think it was like 10 or 9 copies for a bone a piece. I don't know if it's gone up. It's still a bone. You can see it's pretty much under Phantom under a bone for the first couple near mint first edition copies. Let's go ahead and take a look at bulk prices. It's about 2 bones now, almost. Phantom under 2 bones for bulk prices. A stack of 3 here for 165, 175 fat stack of 15 for near mint first editions. Pretty cool. Obviously a dark level 2, and it's draw power potentially. I love how it has like these Pokeballs too. I love how like Konami just totally like shafted Pokemon. They're like, yeah, what, we used your Pokeballs, what are you gonna do about it? And then there is a rare, which, you know, when you can get a secret rare for like 2 bones, pretty much renders the rare useless. Garbage collectors be next. So this is specifically only for cyberspace builds. Right now, I did some research. I didn't really find any Cyberts level 2 builds that are really probable. Maybe in the future, depending on the shelf life of Splight, maybe we'll get something that has like a splash of Cybers. But I think this is a really cool effect. If you read this effect, I think it's pretty decent. Obviously, it's specific to Cybers, but I think it's pretty cool. That's noteworthy of being highlighted. This is also a solo print from Structure Deck Power Cold Link, and it's just a common, so you know it's very affordable, and there's plenty on the market. But just wanted to showcase it really quick. And then we have Lord Beerus, and this is also a solo print from Battle of Chaos as a common. It's this kind of, I don't know how I feel about this card. It's kind of like you kind of like have to like give some to get some, so it's kind of not really worth it, but then kind of worth it depending on the situation. You know, Splight does use different attributes, so that's a thing. So I don't know, like, let me know what you guys think about this. I personally don't feel that I would run this card, but I think it's noteworthy enough just to showcase on the topic of Splites. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. And obviously this is insanely affordable because it's just a common, and this is very affordable. Alright, next is going to be Life Force Harmonizer. This is the ultimate rares dawning from Crimson Crisis. Now, of course, there are alternative, more affordable variants such as the original Ultra Rares dawning from the same set, but these are the highest rarity, so we're just going to go ahead and take a quick peek at these. So, you know, very situational, very specific to, you know, anti-burn. Who knows if it's just it's a level 2, and technically it's a hand trap per se, so I think you know, it dawned merit. And you know, just an old school ultimate rare tier. It's got pretty cool artwork too. This thing like reminds me of like a melted egg or something, or like a wonky like soul. Anyway, this is a little bit better, more clear artwork here with the ultra rare variant. But starting market price for this, for the Ultimates, first edition lightly played, it's going to be 7 bones, and then if you want a near mint copy, it's going to go up to about 8-9 bones after you factor in shipping. If you check bulk prices, it quickly goes up to 20 bones, plus this bone shipping, and then that's a stack of 15 for near mint first edition, that goes to 25 after that for a playset. So not a lot of playsets on that. But again, there is the other alternatives if you guys are curious. And the next card is going to be Iperia. So this is a solo print secret rare dawning out of Battles of Legend Heroes Revenge as a very aesthetically pleasing secret rare. Really cool. And just draw power. I mean, it's summoned. If it summons, normal summon, special summoned, whatever have you, just draw one. It's a Jar of Greed, essentially. Jar of Greed on legs. It's a level 2. And that's pretty much it, self-explanatory. It is once per turn, so beware of that limitation. But other than that, it's just essentially draw power. And these are going for, near mint first editions are about a bone, pretty much all across the board. There's a stack of 3 here for a bone, fully played first edition. Plenty of pages of availability, 2 pages for bulk prices, and it's going to be, again, about a bone, and then about a bone 0.5 for the stack of 20 near mint first editions. Alright, next is going to be some side options, and Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries I personally believe potentially has some great opportunity for mirror matches. If you are playing Splight, which more than likely you're going to run into quite a few mirror matches, because it's going to be projected to be quite the popular deck, and relatively, hopefully, and likely to be very, very competitive in the near future. And I think a lot of people are going to have their hands on this deck. A lot of people are going to be playing it, and I think this is just an all-around great card to counter potentially, really great side card for that mirror match. Obviously, beyond that, this is just an amazing collector's card. This is probably my second favorite Ghost Girl. I love the cream pink hair and the Death Scythe and the cherry blossoms, and it's just an all-around amazing card. This is the original Secret Rare variant, downing out of Shining Victories, which was a really cool Blue Eyes set. And first edition near mint copies there's a playset here for 20 bones, another playset here for 20 bones, and continues to trickle up after that. If you want an unlimited, I guess, if you're not going to go for the collectability route. Really quick before I do that, let me switch over to lightly played first editions. Lightly playeds are not that much more affordable. They're about 19-ish. And there's a 3-stack here, so if you're into that. Okay, and then for unlimiteds, some 4-in-1s here, and then it's gonna drop significantly for the unlimiteds. The unlimiteds are still worth pretty good money though here. About 12 bones for unlimited lightly playeds, and about 13 for near mints. Of course, there's plenty of other variants. There was a mirrored Secret Rare variant dawning from the 2017 Megatins, which, if you're not going to go for the original first edition Shining Victories, I highly recommend you go for a first edition Secret Rare variant. Now, keep in mind, these are very much both standard Secret Rare, but they do not look the same. The mirrored reprint from the 2017 Mega Tin is a lot more predominant, a lot more I guess it's in your face Secret Rare foils, and it's more of kind of like a purplish tint, whereas the original OG Shining Victory Secret variant is more of a little bit lighter, a little backs off a little bit, and it's more kind of like a emerald blue color. And then, there's these other variants, which I can't say I'm much of a fan, and you guys could probably guess why. Okay. Moving on is going to be Nightmare Corruptor Ibly. I think this is another potentially really great side card, more specifically for mirror matches, but just in general. This is kind of an obscure card. It took me a while to kind of understand this, and the way that I'm understanding this, and correct me if I'm wrong, again, I'm not super good about all these crazy rulings and timing and all this stuff, but basically, if you pull it off, you can special summon it on your opponent's field, and then also it says here that they cannot special summon monsters except for link monsters. Obviously, if you're playing mirror match, there's some options for link plays that are going to set off some proxim effects and combos and Splight, but it takes out their XYZs, and that is very, very significant hit to Splight. So that's why I think this is a pretty incredible potential side deck card for the mirror match. It is also a level dark, and it is a level 2, so that is great. That kind of just fits right on in with Splight. So beyond that, this, as well as Cherries, is another really great collector's card. Flames of Destruction is relatively old-ish. This was the set that donned original Infinite Impermanence, which is pretty cool as a Secret Rare. This has the waifu tax towards going for it, and it is high rarity of Secret Rare. So it's the original print and all that, so pretty good collectability value, and not only good for playability purposes, but also really good. It's a double prong attack because it has good collectability status as well. 20 bones, pretty much all across the board for near mint first edition copies here. There's a fat stack of 13, but these are Italiano, and let's see if there's other bulk prices. The English bulk prices of 8, there's a stack of 8 going for about 24 bones. And then if you want an unlimited variant, we're going to go ahead and take a look. 11 bones. Near mint unlimited is 11 bones, and it goes up to 15 quickly after that. And these are all pretty much onesie stacks. There's only this one playset of here for 20 bones for unlimited near mint. So personally, I think even though it is very pricey, I think this is the way to go. Again, if this doesn't see play, or if it transitions out, it's still going to have incredible collector's value, in my personal opinion. Other variants, there is there's this, there's this. So that's an option if you guys like ugly cards. Apprentice Piper is going to be next. And this is, there's 2 variants. I believe they're both common. This is the original Raging Tempest. Really cool set. That was the set that donned Zodiac. I was actually in South Korea at the time, so it was pretty legendary. So it's a level 2. It's a dark. It's a flip effect. And basically you flip special summon 1 monster from your hand. Just straight up. Like, just 1 monster. Like, no real exclusions. Just, like, slam a piece of cardboard on the board. Pretty awesome. And then if it's destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, again, stipulation, no removal, has to go to the graveyard, then you can special summon a monster from your hand. Again, very, very open-ended, very diverse. You can just slap them to something on the board, which I think is pretty cool. Kind of silly artwork. I don't really know what kind of like Aladdin, Indiana Jones styled theme is probably inspired by what's going on here. Bulk prices, so first edition, lightly played, are about 0.5 bones. There's 5 here, and then these are all pretty much under a bone all across the board. These are actually only 15 as 1 bone shipping, but they do have a fat stack of 21, so that's probably going to be your best bet if you guys want to go for bulk prices. Again, there's just the other mirrored common from the Megaton. Next is going to be Morphing Jar. So this is a level 2. It's just a ridiculously amazing card. I'm a huge Dark World player myself. I love Dark World, I love Shaddolls, and this is one of my all-time favorite flip effect monsters of all time. My personal favorite is actually the Legendary Collections 3 Yugi's World Ultra Rares. To no surprise, I'm extremely biased towards this set. One of my all-time favorite sets of ever. It's really, really great. High rarity stuff. Infamous legendary cards. These are pretty much 5 bones all across the board for first edition copies. And let's check out some bulk prices. Apparently there's no bulk prices for Near Mint lightly played for first edition, so it's kind of unfortunate. There's a pretty good options for variants. Obviously you have Tournament Pack 1 for Supers and Ultras, which are very much collector's cards and almost nearly unattainable at this point. Then there is, if you're not going to get the Ultra from Legendary Collection 3, I think the second best is actually the OTS Tournament Pack 9 Super Rares. I think these are extremely underrated, and they're very, very affordable for what they are. And let's go ahead and take a look at some of these. So these are 2 bones, pretty much 2 bones plus for near mint copies of the Super, OTS Super, and then we take a look at bulk prices. It goes up to about 4-ish bones plus this 99-cent shipping for a stack of 4, then 5 bones for a stack of 19. So really, really great stuff on the jar. So next is going to be something a little obscure. So I'm looking into a lot of different options. I know that like Frog's Water seems to be the most popular bet for Splights, for the Splight build right now for mixing, because it's totally awesome, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Maybe it's just the most consistent. I haven't really started playtesting yet. I'm still very much doing my elementary prerequisite researching on the deck and different options and stuff, and One of the options is Zombie Horde, the Zombie Horde engine, or potentially maybe even Dark World. I'm not really sure. Not together, but like, you know, Splight and Zombies, or Splight and Dark World, or some kind of dark-based support, because about half of the Splites are dark anyway. Armageddon Knight, again, is a foolish burial for any dark monster, so a lot of the Splight monsters are dark. This is anytime it's summoned, special summon, normal summon, flip summon, whatever it may be, and it's not once per turn, so that's pretty cool, unless it got errated, but I'm pretty sure that this still stays true. I'm pretty sure that this is not limited to once per turn, which is pretty cool, so you can potentially use it multiple times in a turn. This is the original print super rares out of Phantom Darkness. And these are going for 20 bones pretty much all across the board for Near Mint. For Near Mint first editions, going for 20 bones. There is a stack of 3 here, but they go up to 50, which is pretty incredible. If we switch over to Lightly Playeds, there is a Lightly Played for 10. There's 2 Lightly Playeds for 10, and then pretty much just goes up after that. And there is healthier alternatives. There is the Dark Savior Super Rare reprint. There's the Secret Forces Super Rare reprint, Turbo Pack Rare, and then we have these 3 commons. So if you guys want a Super Rare, they're very affordable, so you guys have these Super Rare options. But personally, if you're going for collectability purposes, you know, you want to go with the original Phantom Darkness. It is quite pricey though, but all around just amazing card. This card is not going anywhere. This card is really, really good, and there's legends of infamous dark decks throughout the time of Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Grepher is going to be next. Can't really mention Armageddon Knight without Dark Grepher, the amazing card here. This is the original print, Phantom Darkness, as the secret rares. This is a very, very sought-after collector's card, in my personal opinion, just like Armageddon Knight. Really, really great, just dark support in general. I personally like to mess around in Zombie Horde engine with this. I think it's really fun, and even Dark World. Dark World and Zombie Horde engines, I think, are really, really great to tech one of these in. Sometimes it's kind of cloggy, but when it works off, it procs multiple effects, and it's really, really nice for comboing. There is 3 copies here. The first copy for Near Mint First Edition is going to be 191 bones. Same for this 2-stack. If we put in Lightly Played, it's going to go down to about 103 bones for this Lightly Played, and then it goes to 172 after that. So very, very pricey for the first edition copies. If you want unlimited copies, those are still pretty good money as well. Lightly Played Unlimited is going to be 60 bones, and then Near Mint is going to go up to 70 for a stack of 2. See if there's any bulk prices. There is one bulk prices for unlimited. It's going to be 80 bones for Near Mint for a playset. So really, really, really great card. Alternative versions. So the secret rare, obviously, yes. First edition secret rare is highly collectible, very, very fat price tag. But there is the ultra rares from Turbo Pack Booster 3. If you're into ultra rares. There's the Phantom Darkness Special Edition Super Rare, which is just this, special edition Super Rare. It's going for apparently good money, 6 bones plus. The Super Rares from Dark Saviors, some 2 commons that no one cares about. But I think for the money, to stretch your dollar, I think that the Dual Terminal 6 commons, Shatter Foils look really, really great. This is so insane to me. The best part about this is they're so affordable. You can get a fat stack of 10 for under 2 bones for Near Mint. That is incredible to me. Nonstop Gaming here has 23 copies of Near Mint for 2 bones. This is insane. I talked about this before, and it just blows me away that there's so many of these available at these price points. I really think that this is a steal deal. I don't think this is going to last. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. There is quite a few on the market here for this 2-bone plus market price, but this is just incredible. It looks great. I personally have, I bulk bought multiple copies of these probably about a year ago or so. It was the same price. They were roughly around 2-ish bones. I don't remember if I paid a bone or 2 bones. I can't remember. But all around, a bone, 2 bones, this is an amazing buy. I highly recommend that you guys pick up a couple copies of this DT variant. Dark Arm Dragon is going to be next. This is going to be the original print secret rares from the very infamous Phantom Darkness. You know, all around amazing dark support card. Really great artwork. Again, a lot of the splites are dark, and if you splash in a dark based other deck like Dark World or Zombies or whatever have you, you could potentially use this, and this is just an all-around really great infamous card. I wanted to showcase this one because it's the original print, and my personal favorite. I know we just got a Ghost, but I'm really not a fan of the Ghosts rares from the second Haunting personally myself. That's just me, to each their own. So starting market price of this, there's a European Deutsch German here. Near mint first edition is $350, $400 for near mint first edition copies of English, and then bottoms out at $1,000 for a playset here, which is pretty insane. If we go to lightly played first editions, there's a European German one here, which looks really cool, for 200 bones, lightly played first edition. And then there's a 2-stack of lightly played first edition English for $220. And then if you're so bold, we'll go ahead and take off the first edition stamp. Lightly played unlimited copies, 70 bones for 2. And then there is one copy here near mint for 93. And if you guys are curious for bulk prices, it doesn't look like it's giving me an option for bulk price. Well, here's the bulk price right here. So near mint unlimited, 95 for this playset here. So completely up to you guys. There is a healthier alternative for the secret rares, which I think is fantastic. Legendary Collection Kaiba, another amazing set. Dawned standard secret rares. You know, it has the updated holofoiling of the level stars and the dark attribute stamp, which is really cool. This is actually increased. For the longest time, this card was like a bone for so long, and it's finally increased. Not too much. It's about 3 bones pretty much all across the board for first edition copies. Let's go ahead and take a look at bulk prices. It goes to almost about 5 bones right here for this place, and then 15 for the bulk prices. Stacks increased significantly. Not a lot of those available for the first edition secret rare reprints. And what did I just do? That was insane. Tripping on something. Okay, and then of course we have the ultimate rares. So I feel like between the original secret rare first editions and this turbo pack ultimate rare and the ghosts, I think it's safe to assume that the majority of players like the turbo pack ultimate rare. I personally have never had the ultimate rare. I don't even know if I have an original. I think I might have one original secret rare at most, if that. I know I have a lot of the reprinted secrets first edition, but okay, so I think it's safe to assume that the majority of collectors like this one the most. I just really don't think the second Haunting Ghosts, they came out very cheaply made, and they just don't look good, personally, in my opinion. Might be a little harsh, but it's just my honest opinion. Just one white Mexican's opinion. Alright, so Ultimate Rares, 408 bones for near mints. Pretty incredible. Continues to trickle up after that. See if there doesn't look like there's any options for bulk prices on near mint. Lightly Playeds are going to go down to 369, give or take, and then it's pretty much 400 after that. So let's see, is there bulk prices on that? And there isn't bulk prices on that. So obviously not a lot of availability on the market. Only 2 pages. These are all pretty much onesie twosies. So incredible for that, good collectability purposes. There's the Generation 1 2008 Gold Series, which I think is pretty nice, which is apparently going anywhere between 5 and 15. But in all honesty, again, I think the secret rare from Legendary Collection Kaiba is going to be your best bet. There is also the Duelist Saga Ultra Rares, which again, you know, here I go on my rant with Duelist Saga. Duelist Saga is awesome. I love Duelist Saga. So these are going for roughly 3-ish bones, give or take. Some more Italiano ones here if you guys are into some European stuff. And then they're going to go to 5 after that. So Completely up to you guys. Dark Arm Dragon, really awesome card. So, alright, moving on, it's going to be the beginning of the end. So again, if you're running a Dark Engine, even though 7 is quite a bit to have in your graveyard, and 5, you know, potentially, but, you know, the reason why I come back to this card is because if there comes a deck where you can, like, proc effects, and you can already proc effects, when certain cards get removed from play, they off-spark other effects. So maybe it'll get a deck that has more support, more of an engine where you want to remove your dark monsters from play to off-spark other effects, and this could really be really good. This is the highest rarity as an ultimate rare. Again, Phantom Darkness, the one and only. And we're going to go ahead and look at some first edition copies. Lightly played first edition ultimate rares are going to be 24 bones. And then if you want a near mint, it's going to go up to about 36 if you factor in the shipping. Check bulk prices, there is a playset of first edition ultimates for 53, give or take, lightly played first edition. And then this is, of course, the ultimate rares, so we'll take off this first edition stamp. For bulk prices for unlimited, there's a stack of 4 for 17, and then it goes to 19 after that. For 17 for lightly played, 4 stack, and then 20 for near mint unlimited stack. And then if you take off bulk prices, there's a lightly played for about 13. And then near mints, there's a stack or set of 2 here for 18 for near mint. So that's going to be from the ultimate rare. Of course, there's alternative variants like the original ultra rares from Phantom Darkness, super rare from Destiny Soldiers, and then 2 commons. So just out of curiosity, because the ultimate rares are very pricey, if you're going to go for the ultra rares, go for first editions, of course, because they are extremely affordable, even for this playset here. Let's take off that. Add bulk prices. Okay, so that was interesting. I thought I saw a playset for, I guess those were unlimiteds. Okay, so about 4 bones for lightly played first edition for a 1 playset, and then go to about 5 for near mint for this playset, and then about 5 plus this bone shipping for this 5 right here. Alright, so that's going to be kind of the best for that. Next is going to be Crawler Suma. So this is the new Crawler support card that's coming out of Power of the Duelist. I'm really excited about this. I think this card is just ridiculous. If you pause the video, read this effect, understand this effect, understand the significance of this, the sheer diversity of this, and how you can special summon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Very strong. Really cool artwork. I really hope they make this a secret rare. If they make it an ultra rare in Power of the Duelist, I'm going to be severely disappointed. I'm going to have to probably go kick someone's cat. I'd be really frustrated if they make it an ultra rare. But if they happen to make it a secret rare, wishful thinking, white Mexican wishful thinking here, that would be really cool. Anyway, the reason why I wanted to bring this up in this video is because a lot of crawlers are level 2, and I'm actually constructing a crawlers build right now, a Splight crawlers blend build right now. It's well known that this is a potential option that some players have been looking into. I'm very much on the fanboy train of trying to kind of crack the code and figure out if I can make Splight crawler work. And this card is, I think it's really cool that it happens that the new support is coming out of Power of the Elements that is donning Splight. So I think it's kind of a hint. It's a secret code from Konami that crawlers need to be played in with Splight. So really cool card, really excited about it. Button is going to be next. So I can't remember, but a bit ago someone commented on one of my videos and asked me to showcase Button. So wherever you are, here it is. This one's for you, and this is apparently seeing some pretty good price and fluctuation here. little piggy angel. Let's see. So near mint first editions are going to be 3 bones, and then there's a stack of 8 here for 3 bones, and there's 4 pages of availability. So interesting. It's a soul print common out of a very old set, Galactic Overload. Really good time in the game. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you have enjoyed this content, please share it with someone that you believe will also enjoy it. Remember, it's important to be aware that there must be buyers willing to pay the prices you set for the cards you invest in. But keep in mind, not every investment has the same turnover rate. Be patient. Some things take time in life. Stay confident and believe in your investments, my friends. The world is a dark place, and life is difficult. Be aware that you never know what others are enduring. Please remember to be a friend, be a brother, be a sister. Love and encourage those that surround you, always. I hope you guys are making some fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh! Investments yourself. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.